Ferenc. Originally from Hungary, Ferenc is the prior of Kiersau Abbey and is responsible for running the scriptorium. Okay, so he's my boss. Chapter house? What's a chapter house? Ooh. A Dance of Death mural. Father Matthias had it painted a few years before his death. Beautiful. Dance of Death, an artistic allegory on the constancy of death. Illustrations often features people from every station of society to communicate that death inevitably claims everyone, from the peasants to the emperor. Interesting. Very interesting. A Dance of Death mural, Father Matthias. Okay, it's the same. This leads to the cloister. The infirmary. The Upper Abbey. Monastery Aquarium, Chapter House. Large garden. Courtyard and lavatorium. Refectory. Sabat. God give you health, Master Maler. Brother Sabat, I'm surprised to see you still here. As I am, but I will be leaving soon, returning to Rome. Though outshone by its northern neighbor, Florence, Rome is still the seat of power for the Catholic Church and an impressive center for the arts. I and my bishop regret that we could not reciprocate Father Rodolph's generosity earlier. I wish I could have clicked on this. He showed much kindness to our priests. Yeah, at the Council of Constance many years ago. Meetings of bishops that took place between 1414 and 1418 in the Diocese of Constance to end the Papal Schism. It was also notable for the condemnation and capture of the Bohemian theologian Jan Hus. I think, if I remember correctly, the Papal Schism, I think, was a thing where like there were two separate popes. There was one in France and one in Rome. So a French pope and an Italian pope, and it was causing a lot of issues. And I don't remember the details. Let's look it up. We'll learn together. So, Papal Schism. Western Schism, also known as the Papal Schism, the Vatican Standoff, the Great Occidental Schism, or the Schism of 1378. What does it mean? Bishops residing in Rome and Avignon both claimed to be the true pope and were joined by a third line of Pisan claimants in 1409. The papacy had resided in Avignon since 1309, but Pope Gregory IX returned to Rome in 1377. College of Cardinals declared that elected both Urban and Clement Pope within 6 months of Gregory's death. John 23rd, called the Council of Constance. Whoa, so wait, there was, so base, if I understand this correctly, there was, in 1378, the College of Cardinals elected two separate popes, Urban VI and Clement VII, and one of them was in Avignon / France, and the other one was in Rome. And then the Council of Pisa, which I don't know what this is, but in 1409, it declared that they were both illegitimate, and they elected a third pope, which was John the 23rd. So John the 23rd called the Council of Constance, which is what they're saying here in the game. And in the Council of Constance, the council arranged to basically renounce every single pope. So like John the 23rd was no longer pope. Gregory the 12th was no longer pope, and Benedict the 13th at that time was no longer pope either. And instead what they did is they all together decided to, so that nobody would win, right? They all together decided to elect a fourth pope called Martin V, and that new pope was going to be the only pope, and it was going to be in Rome. So that's a clever way. It's like I'm not winning, you both are not winning either. We're all losing, and so that nobody gets the upper hand, and instead we will all together choose a fourth person, and that person will be the leader or something. Clever. Will you remain in Rome? That is up to my bishop, but I will miss these mountains in any case. You should travel to Ethiopia, Master Maler, and see the highlands. God has blessed my home with wondrous beauty. I would love to, someday. I still need to return to Nuremberg and open my workshop. Yes, someday. Until then, if you are ever in Rome, I may still be around. I've only made it as far south as Florence, but I'd like to see Rome. By the way, if you have some time in the next few days, it would be nice to share a meal with you and some of the townsfolk. The townsfolk? I am accustomed to strange looks, especially in rural places like these, but I have had kind words with the baker and his wife. Oh yes, the Albans, Ulrich and Gret. Oh. Okay, we've never met them. I offered to tell a story to the children and their mothers over a meal someday. Gret seemed excited about the idea, but I would be more comfortable if you were there as well. I can certainly make time. Thank you, Andreas. I look forward to it. God give you health. Man, we have so many lunches planned, man. I'm busy. I'm a busy bee. What does this do? Oh, it just does that. Okay. Right, let's take a look at these new people we just heard about. Gret Albanin, wife of Ulrich and mother of Anna. Gret assists her husbands in the town bakery. Okay. Ulrich. Town baker, husband to Gret and father to Anna, known for his piety. And brother Sabat of Sadai, priest from the Ethiopian church in Rome, visiting Kiersau to repay a gift given at the Council of Constance. That is so interesting. Cemetery, kitchen and cellar. Okay, we'll start with the kitchen and cellar. Refectory. Lucas. Hello, Andreas. How goes it in the kitchen? Is brother Voislav working you hard? This guy, okay. Not too bad, brother. Voislav is nice to me. It's Father Abbot and brother Prior who makes things hard. His writing is completely different from all the other ones we've talked to, so... How so? I shouldn't complain. They just like their food a certain way, and I'm not that good at cooking yet. I'm sure brother Voislav will teach you well in time. Brother Adok complains about his food too, but he complains to brother Voislav. I clicked on the name, but it didn't trigger the thing. What does brother Adok know about food anyway? He's from Cornwall. Oh, there it is. I don't even know where that is. It's a land to the west, across the water, where all they eat is fish. Sounds miserable, but that's always what he complains about, the fish. See, this is interesting because nowadays, eating fish is so freaking expensive, at least where I live, that like we can rarely do it. So for us, eating fish is miserable. It's like, I would love to eat more fish. He just likes to complain, I think. Don't lose heart, brother Lucas. You're still learning. Thanks. See you later, Andreas. Until later. Ooh, the cellar. Morning, Andreas. How's living with the Gertners? It's great. They're a lovely family. Clara is a good woman, and she looks after Big York and Eva like they were her own. Yeah, now we know. They're both almost fully grown. True. I suppose it's less than they need looking after, more than she cares to. Little Ursula is in good hands. Yeah, we know. Anyway, if I don't see you around the Abbey later, maybe I'll see you in Tassing tomorrow. Until then. The refectory. Cloister. When the brothers eat their meals, this is where the lector reads to them. Large garden. I'm going to go to large garden for a second because I want to see refectory, cloister, chapter house, kitchen, cellar. So we've been all to those places. Animal pens we have been to. And we have been to the chapter house. Cloister is the only place we haven't been. Let's go back to the refectory for a second. Cloister. Oh, this is a cloister. Okay. Church. Dormitory. We haven't been there. The Old Bailey. With the scriptorium. Okay. We've been there. We've been there. We've been there. We have been to the refectory. We haven't been here. Large garden. We have been. The aquarium. We haven't been. We haven't been to the infirmary. We haven't been to the upper abbey. Okay, let's go here. Courtyard and lavatorium. It's like a bath. Oh, I can't do anything here. Okay. Monastery Loquarium. Church. Oh, that's it. This leads to the church. Infirmary. Saint Luke, the patron of artists, is also the patron of healers. God bless you, Andreas. Brother Florian, how are you? The brothers and sisters are well, so I am well, thank God. Andreas, have you spoken to Klaus Drucker lately? Yes, quite recently. Why? I believe he may be receiving a medical text from Bologna soon. Bologna, one of the largest cities in Italy. Bologna has been a center of the arts for centuries. It houses a well-known university which was home to both Dante and Petrarch. I'm quite interested in it. Se leggere l'italiano. Can you read Italian? Ah, no, little Italian, and my Latin is not as good as I would like. I was hoping Brother Piero could help me with it if he has the time. I'm sure he will make time. He is a patient teacher. That he is. I will see you later, Andreas. Until then. He's got a sick high patch. Most of these medicines were made by Agnes Steinauerin with some help from Sister Gertrude. Upper Abbey. Oh, that's where it leads. Well, okay then. What time is it? It is still 6. Wait, the mill? That's new. Roman ruins. Collapsed. This must have allowed access to the aqueduct. A child's drawing. I wonder who the artist is. Lenhard. Morning. You're the Gardner's boarder, aren't you? How could you tell? You've the sallow look of a man who doesn't see the sun much. Quite unlike the Gardners. The rustic folk, to be sure. The only one amongst them with a mind is Eva. There's a smart girl. How is she, by the way? She's fine. Why? I'm only curious. She used to bring their barley to me, but Peter insists on delivering it now. A shame. She'd shown some curiosity about the mill. I'd hoped to foster that. Is there something special about it? She's the only windmill in Bavaria. Did you know? Wait, the only? Bavaria, powerful duchy in the southeastern Holy Roman Empire. It is east of Swabia and north of Tyrol. Tassing and Kiersau sit in the extreme south of the duchy near the border with Tyrol. Okay. Constructed in exacting detail from Dutch specifications. The gem of the Alps, and none of the incurious dolts here can appreciate it. I suspect they have more urgent matters on their minds. I should be going until later. Until then, Maler. That guy is super rude. What a curious smell. The wind turns the sail and that powers the grinding stone. Paul. Hello. Paul, right? I don't think we've talked before. I'm Andreas. I'm staying with the Gertners. Oh, but you're not a farmer. Why are you living with the farmers? They're letting me board with them while I work in the Abbey scriptorium. You're a monk? I'm an artist. Oh, like you do drawings. Drawing, paintings, calligraphy. If it goes in a book, I can put it there. Oh, is that... How do you get money? What? The Abbey pays me, of course. Art is a job, just like being a miller is a job, but it's also a calling. I didn't... my dad says... Dad says drawing's stupid. It's not worth anything. Do you like to draw, Paul? Yes. More than anything, but I have to do it where Dad can't see. He gets mad. I'm sorry to hear that. But if it means a lot to you, maybe he doesn't need to know. Can I tell you a secret? Sure. Sometimes I draw on the ruins in the meadow where Dad can't see. What do you draw? Cats, Mom, I don't know, stuff. I probably shouldn't be talking to you. Dad doesn't like it. You're probably right. I'll go. Until later, Paul, and hey, keep drawing, all right? I will. Bye. Oh. Oh, that's another dog. Staub. Elsie. Good morning. Ah. Forgive me, I've forgotten your name. Andreas Maler, master artist. Oh, a master at such a young age. It's impressive. Well, I admit I'm not quite a master yet. Still finishing my masterpiece. What is that like? Fulfilling a dream. Ah, I wish I could dream. You can. You have the right just like anyone. To do what? I have my family to care for. Leonard, Paul, my sweet angel. The mill. Oh, I apologize. We didn't even get properly introduced. You must be Elsie Mollerin. Yes, that's me. I heard Clara and Eva at an artist boarding with them. That must be very exciting. They've treated me very well. Perhaps Eva more than Clara, hmm? Oh, I only meant living on a farm amongst the townspeople. Isn't it very lively? Yeah. Only when ill Peter wakes in the night and can't find the chamber pot. Ursula brings some joy to the household, though. Such a lovely little girl. I thought of your son, Paul. He seemed like a good kid. Paul is a darling, but so shy. I pray the gods the Lord may someday bless us with a daughter. Elsa, have you finished with your gabble? There's work that needs doing. Oh no. I'm sorry you have to get to my labors. Of course, I apologize if I've bothered you. Until later, Mistress Mollerin. Until then. Bro, like, this guy just seems like a huge douche. Oh, interesting. I just cannot go to the mill from here, but I could get to it from the over there. That's weird. Klaus, we have to cancel, bro. Damn it. They're still here? Damn. Hello, Andreas. Hello, Clara. I have something for you. Oh? This should be enough to pay my rent and the tax you owe the Abbey. Andreas, this is far more than your rent payment. We can't accept this. Please, Clara, it's the least I can do. You and Peter have been such gracious hosts. Andreas, how did you even find so much coin? Are you sure you'll have enough to spare for yourself? Don't worry about me, Clara. I'll be fine. Oh, well, if you're sure. Thank you, Andreas. You don't know what this means to us. It's probably best not to mention it. Of course, I won't mention it to anyone. Still, thank you. I'll let you move on with your day. God bless you. Until later. Paid in full. Done. Can you go down there? Meadow. We're overdue to get to the scriptorium. The prior's house is where we found this. Prior being Fenring. On Fenric. That's his house. Piero. Andreas, God bless you. So good to see you. Good morning, brother Piero. Good to see you as well. I don't like this weather. My bone aches. It means a storm is coming. Adoc. Big Jorg Gertner says that if you live here 10 or 15 years, you can smell storms coming. Brother Adoc has been here long enough that we can always smell him coming. That's Guy. Do not forget, brother Guy, the fate of the youth who jeered the aged prophet Elisha outside of Bethel. Are you comparing yourself to a prophet, brother Adoc? I'm comparing you to an impudent youth from the Lord in his ineffable wisdom may choose to strike down. Don't want to side with somebody or not. Let's go to the top one. But the guy, please show more respect to brother Adoc. You're being mean-spirited. Stay out of this, Andreas. The old fart can defend himself well enough. I need no defense against the likes of you. God protects his faithful against the iniquitous. Well, everyone seems quite lively. I suppose that means Prior Ferenc is not overseeing us today. He was here, but then he heard Lorenz Rotvogel had arrived, and he hurried out like a little mouse. Yeah, we know. Ferenc is so desperate to impress the abbot and nobles like Rothvogel. It's pathetic. You feign kindness to Father Abbot and our prior only to speak about them like this behind their backs. It's shameful. Oh no. Baron Rothvogel is manuscript. I just realized that he will want to see his manuscript. How silly of me. Of course, that's why he is visiting. Perhaps if you were younger and faster, you wouldn't need to worry so much about patrons' visits. Yeah, Guy is a douche. I'm glad I sided with the other guy. Guy, someday you will stand where Piero is, and a young monk will stand where you are now. Mors etiam Daphnidi siculo vinit. Death also comes to Daphnis of Sicily. Sicilian shepherd who, according to Greek legend, was the inventor of pastoral poetry. In stories, he was the son of Hermes and a nymph, and was a follower of the goddess Artemis. He died young, the victim of a jealous naiad. Anyway, what's the problem? The Baron is just one client. He has to wait like anyone else. Andreas, Baron Rothvogel is not like anyone else. He has powerful friends, including the Prince Bishop of Freising. Religious and secular ruler of scattered territories in the Holy Roman Empire, including the land containing Tassing and Kiersau Abbey. Kiersau is already out of favor. Father Abbot does not want to have to deal with more attention. Well, if Prior Ferenc isn't here, I'm going to work on my masterpiece until he arrives. Oh, that's right. I need to reference the In der Mauer manuscript. A prominent family of the Swiss Confederacy in Austria.